Well, it's Lanzo on your video for Island Hoppers. We're here live at the Village Cafe in Kingston, Jamaica, and we're here with a new emerging artist. His name is Cezar. He has an interesting sound, which I guess, Cezar, we'll have you introduce that sound to us or describe that sound for us, what you call Cezar sound.
Yeah, well, I call my sound reggae soul. It's basically reggae, traditional Jamaican reggae and dancehall with a soul R&B influence in its simplest form. You know?
Why did you go that route? Why not just, true Jamaican, and why you never go straight reggae or straight dancehall? You want to put a little soul twist on it? Why?
It's not really a conscious decision, to be honest. That is just how the music comes out of me, you know.
Gotcha.
I never really ever fought it or sat down and said, boy, I want music to sound like this, or, it's not a program, it's not a formula. It's not what I thought was the father or the current,
Right.
It's my background. I'm a Jamaican youth, but I was educated in the United States. I was actually born in London. I came to Jamaica when I was less than a year old.
Okay.
So those influences naturally filter into you and out of you as an artist.
Right. Well, then tell me, where in the States have you spent some time, and what kind of influence did that have on you?
Yeah, I started out in Miami. Miami and Jamaica have a very close connection. That wasn't that different. I like to call Miami Kingston 21.
See the Miami-Jamaica connection here?
Right? I like to call MIA Kingston 21. It's full of Jamaican people. The culture is still there.
Yeah.
Feel like home.
Yeah.
It's like Jamaica with wider roads, basically. That's how it's
Better roads.
Right? I spent a lot of time in Miami, a lot of time in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
At Howard University. Howard is what they call an HBCU, historically black college. So there's a hip-hop and R&B influence coming at you from all sides of that school. And I think that's probably where the soul aspect came into it.
And what kind of influence did Miami have on you?
Miami really, I want to say it wasn't so much an influence as it was a broadening of horizons for me a little bit. Because I moved to Miami when I was about 17 years old. I'd been in Jamaica the whole time. Just moving into a new system, new culture. You visit, but Jamaican people say come visit and come live with two different things. And once I moved there, I was like, boy, the lifestyle here is different. Miami really kind of broadened my mind a lot more exposure to different cultures and people,
Kind of broaden the scope of everything.
Definitely.
And so when did you move back to Jamaica and start the music thing?
I moved back, I want to say 4 years ago.
What year was that?
That was 2003.
2003, and from that time is really when you start your career, or the music start bubbling?
Yeah, I used to mess with it when I was in college, even though what your parents preach to you, study your books, and it's a big sacrifice to send your child to school when you're a Jamaican family because you have exchange rates and economics is prohibitive. So I had to focus on that, and then I said, boy, well, I did what was asked of me. Now I have to do what my soul is asking me to do.
Right.
So that's when I really started focusing on the music.
And what was coming out initially?
Initially, the first song I ever put out was a song called I'll Be Dancing. And what we were doing when we sat down, we said, how do we explain to people what music means to average Jamaican? Dancehall, Jamaica has a lot of problems. We're a developing country. And that's usually what the average person who don't know Jamaica hears, boy, it's this and it's violent and whatever. So we wanted to say in that song, what does the music mean? And that song was talking, it has a line where it's like, today I read it in the news, another set of youth dead. It's a little confusing how the violence has spread. Guess it's a reflection, a sign of the times. The murder toll climbs, that is the only headline. Well, what is there to do? I got to clear my brain. I want to change my mood. Forget about the pain. So to the entertainment section, I'm turning the page. A big dance I go on, a big sound I play, yeah. Cause I don't business with what I want. I'll be dancing till early morning. That kind of vibe. So it's talking about just letting go of the negativity and release.
And I think that's what music does for a lot of Jamaicans as a whole. It kind of takes their mind off of their problems and sets them free.
It does, and or it talks about them, and in talking about it, you kind of feel like you are not the only person experiencing whatever, whether it's economic hardship or it's violence in the community or in your family or whatever. When you hear it in a song, you know that it's not just me alone. Somebody else is expressing what I'm going through,
And I think, and it goes one step beyond that, even as an artist, a lot of artists feel that way, a lot of people on the street feel that way, but a lot of people too, them go to dance, them go to shows and things, because they want to feel good, and the music kind of lets that release them, takes them away.
Yeah, it really does, it really does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what else now? We move from 2003, bring us up to date from that time to now. What's been going on with Cezar?
Well, I mean, music is growth. It's like anything else, you know. You become more comfortable with who you are as an artist.
Right.
And my style is very eclectic. I mean, I dealt with a lot of dancehall, straight dancehall. Not that I'm a DJ, sing on dancehall tracks. Right. I was lucky enough to be able to play guitar on some dancehall tracks, and that brought a slightly different sound to the music as well, you know. So I was happy I was kind of making a contribution, not just as a singer or a songwriter, but also as a musician. Sean Paul's hit "We'll Be Burning." That's my guitar, and that you know, that's one of the big accomplishments of my career so far. So,
and you get publishing, writing credit off of that.
Amen.
Yes, baby.
Thankfully.
Yeah, man.
I want to say it's a lot.
So
it's
you
not,
eat food,
it's
man.
Not, but
yes.
God bless it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
amazing. If you can make $1 off of something you love, believe me, it's better than 100 off of something you don't, you know?
Well, not to cut you, but how did that come about? Because, you know, to work with Sean Paul on a song like that is, you know, that's one of his biggest songs.
Yeah, you know, I have to give all credit to Renaissance Productions on that, because they were the producers of the track initially.
Right.
And I had voiced a dancehall song for them before called Sexy Ways when I just come back. And I asked Delano, you know, would you allow me to play guitar on the dancehall track? And, you know, so most people would have been resistant, but he said, you know, let's try it and see how it come out. It came out very well. So the next time around, he said, yo, we'll have this rhythm coming out, come play some guitar, let's see how it goes. Okay. And it came out and it shot and it worked really well. And we're all very happy about it.
Well, good. So let's back up then. So you did that. What else? Some more singles, an album, videos. Talk about them things.
A number of singles have come out since that time, both dancehall and, as I said, my personal brand of reggae soul. Take the Fall was a wonderful video that was done in New York some time ago by Nadia Sampson and Tim Naylor. That did very well. There's Wasted Seasons. Currently now, the song that we're pushing is a song called Keep On, The Game of Life. That was recently awarded second place in the world music category of the International Songwriting Competition.
And that's big because there were, what, over 15,000 entrants?
Yeah, 15,000 songs from around the world.
Around the world. And you got 14,999.
Yeah,
oh, wow, you know, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, man, I'm very proud of that. For me, that's like the Grammys,
right? and I take it, why the world music category?
Well, they didn't have a reggae specific category, which I'm not sure why, because reggae has been it's not a new form of music,
right? You
know, but they tend to lump us into the world music category with reggaeton and whatever else comes up that they don't quite know how to deal with.
Right. So that's huge. And what has that done for you now?
You know, it's given me, in terms of the wider industry, I think people are now realizing that, wow, he's recognized on a global scale. Maybe not as a big artist, but his talent has been recognized by people on a global scale because it's judged by music industry professionals, you know. And since then, I've gotten so many calls and emails about coming to work with artists, big artists. Who,
like who? Like, I mean,
people
if you can.
You know, I should keep my mouth shut because most of those haven't come through yet, and I'm almost afraid to jinx it.
Yeah.
But we're literally in the process now of setting up meetings and combinations with big released artists and producers. So
I would take it then, with all these songs that you've put together and recorded and written and sang, that you're probably working on an album.
Yeah, well, the album is in terms of the content is finished. I mean, we have more than enough songs for an album now. We're actually in the process of song selection and basically just finalizing the final package for the song.
Any name for the album or any distribution, anything set up to put this out there? You know,
I've been wrestling with this name so much. I don't know what I'm gonna call it right now. Maybe, probably because on the strength of Keep On, we'll call it Keep On. You know, and it is a song that's talking about persisting and playing your hands. So.
Right. And any projected release date, or you just?
Yeah, we're gonna come out with an EP first.
And
the EP should be out within the next 5 to 6 weeks.
It's now,
let's call it the end of May. So hopefully, by middle of June, thereabouts.
July.
With June, July, it should be, the EP should be out, which is the mini album.
Right.
The full album will follow a few months after that.
And anybody you're working with in regards to that, as far as a distribution deal or a label or somebody that's giving you some support?
Yeah, initially we're gonna work with Rebel Mix.
Okay.
Rebel Mix, of
Yeah.
course, you know, they break a lot of Jamaican music online through
Yeah.
iTunes and the digital distribution aspect of it. So they're gonna help us with that. And we're also talking to a company out in New York about doing worldwide distribution of the physical EP. So
Okay.
it's an exciting time. It's an
Yeah.
exciting time.
So what are the expectations, or what do you foresee once the album comes out, the EP comes out? What would you like to see happen?
You know, I want to tell you, I love music so much that it's really, for me right now, not about expecting to be a big, huge millionaire. I'm just expecting that we'll be able to have the song played and appreciated, or the album played and appreciated on a global scale. Right now it's in markets where there's a strong West Indian community. But you know, I would love to be in Lincoln, Nebraska, and turn on the radio and have a DJ go, yo, this kid is from Jamaica, listen to this song, and
Yeah.
people appreciate it. And that's my expectation, really, that whoever hears this album will be able to appreciate it, not because they love reggae music or they love dancehall music, but because they love music, you know? So that's really what it's about.
Well, now obviously you want it to get played and you want it to be heard, and you know, and that's an achievement in itself. And you say you want the world to hear it, but I think some of the world has already recognized you because of the international songwriting contest.
Yeah, definitely. Reggae music travels far. I mean, it surprises me. I get messages from Sudan in Africa and Australia and Tokyo. And I mean, at this stage, as you say, I'm still emerging, you know? I'm not what they would call a big artist like a Bounty Killer or a Beanie Man here. But it just goes to show that, you know, whatever work you do with your heart is never in vain. If it's good and it's pure and it's true, people listen to it and appreciate it. And the web is a wonderful tool for us emerging artists, because people can log on from all over the world and hear our stuff. So
Anything else that, you know, maybe we haven't touched on that you'd like to let us know about, or you know, that we haven't spoken about, or something you'd like to let us know or let our public know?
No, well, you know, just generally at this time, you know, there's a strong movement in Jamaica right now of young musicians coming out, dealing with a lot of positivity. You know, the eyes of the world are focused firmly on the bigger stars.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Sean. Sean is doing his thing and he's making us proud, and everybody knows Shaggy and he's made us proud.
Right.
But there's a crop of artists coming up now, that musicians that I'm talking about, that play their instruments and write their songs.
Okay.
It's not about shaking your booty in the club or, you know, dealing with straight positivity. And there's people like Roots Underground, there's Catherine, there's myself. We're all fortunate enough to be working with Mystic Urchin as well, you know, who does a lot to promote that aspect of the music.
Kind of alternative style reggae.
Yeah, they like to call it alternative. We
Yeah.
just love to call it music. You know,
Yeah.
it's just good music. It's pure, heartfelt music.
Any other artists you want to mention?
Yeah, there's Fahrenheit, there's Tessan, of course there's Tommy.
Yeah.
You know, there are a number of people. Once I start naming names, I run
Yeah.
the risk of offending people who I
Yeah,
leave
of
out.
course, of course.
But you know, I just want to let people know, as far as Jamaican music is concerned, look beyond just the people that you see on your MTV, because trust me, there is a crop of people just underneath the MTV radar, and if you catch them and you tap into them, you'll be amazed the quality of music that they have.
We wish you all the best, and that's why
Thank
we're here to
man,
support
man.
you,
Yeah,
you know?
man, it's been an honor and a pleasure, and
Yeah,
thank
man.
you very much.
And before you go, you have to give them some, you know, Island Hoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them a little piece.
Yes, Island Hoppers, well, you don't know, this is Cezar on your screen, see? And I want to tell you this. Well, in the game of life, let me tell you what the case is. Some people got bad hands, some people got aces, some people got diamonds, and some people got spades. Still the world keeps moving on. You got the kings and queens and jacks of all trades, and the rest make up the numbers trying to get paid. They're working as a pair or as a group, cooperating, and some just doing wrong. But you got to keep on trying and keep doing your best with the hand that you get. And don't give up that fight, no, you
Can't stop, you can't weep, can't keep on crying. Just keep doing your best, you know life is a test, and it's gonna be alright. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Add that to the tune, man.